Halo Infinite developers have cranked up aim assist for mouse and keyboard players in their recent patch. And if players respond well to this, it could be disastrous for FPS gaming on the PC. Now, part of the new rotational aim assist wasn't actually intentionally added to the game, but the developers say that they don't intend to roll it back immediately and that they want to collect data before making any sort of knee-jerk reactions. And as someone who has been playing mouse and keyboard shooters since the early days, I have to say that I find this kind of alarming, and I could see this type of decision potentially start to unravel the fundamentals of the PC experience for all competitive FPS games. Let me explain how this would work right after a quick word from today's sponsor. 'Tis the season of gift giving, but sometimes we forget to give to ourselves. Wouldn't it be nice to be gifted a newfound sense of confidence and a full head of hair? If you're a guy, there's a 2 in 3 chance that you'll experience some form of hair loss by the age of 35. The good news is today's sponsor, Keeps, offers clinically proven hair loss treatments, and they make it super easy to get started. So why don't you give yourself a gift that keeps on growing? Kinda literally in this case. Visit keeps.com/levelcap and talk to their expert medical advisors 24/7 to get your own personalized treatments. Keeps does everything online and through the mail, so there's no need to take time out of your busy holidays for doctor visits or pharmacy trips. And while of course you can't get back the hair that you've already lost, the sooner you start using Keeps treatments, the more hair you'll save. Results can take between 4 and 12 months, but these before and after photos really speak for themselves. Get your treatment plan sorted out today and save 50% off your first order by going to keeps.com/levelcap. Again, that's keeps.com/levelcap. Alright, so getting back to this whole PC aim assist situation. A few days back, Twitch streamer Accelerate posted this clip to Twitter showing the new aim assist added in Halo Infinite for mouse and keyboard, and his tweet exploded with over 1 million views. Not only does the mouse slow down as your crosshair nears an enemy target, but there's also a rotational aim assist that pulls your crosshair toward your target. Even if your crosshair is stationary and your target is moving, your crosshair will slowly nudge towards the target as it runs past. It looks like what you would expect from controller aim assist. Now, apparently variations of this have actually already existed in the game. Since launch, the devs were giving mouse and keyboard users a very subtle aim assist. This latest patch, though, really just cranked it up multiple variables. And why would they do this? Well, I personally haven't dug through all the player data myself, but according to some of the data posts I've seen, Halo is similar to Call of Duty in that the aim assist on controller is so good that the average controller player should be shooting more accurately than the average mouse and keyboard player. And even at the top levels of play, controller players have an advantage. And it makes sense that sticky aim in Halo is more impactful than games like Call of Duty because Halo has a notoriously long time to kill, so your ability to track and stay on target is going to translate to more damage done and more firefights won. Or at least in Call of Duty, PC reaction time and fast turn speeds can make up for some of that sticky auto aim on controller because it's often a game of who shoots first wins most of the time. In Halo, that's nowhere near as important. Now, the responses to this update for Halo have been everything from please turn off auto aim on PC to I love the new auto aim on PC. In fact, there seems to be a lot of yay, this is a good change type responses, which initially to me anyway sounded kind of insane. As a PC player, one of the main draws to using mouse and keyboard is the raw input and the precision that you are rewarded with after lots of practice. So why would PC players be supporting aim assist that offers only to reduce the skill ceiling on their platform? Well, this is where we get into the heart of the problem and what I fear may be the downfall of the PC FPS experience. And while this might sound like I'm being sensational, when left in the hands of the free market, industry will always sacrifice anything that improves player retention, including reducing the skill ceiling of their games. Modern games are all going crossplay, PC versus console, mouse and keyboard versus controller. There's just too many benefits right now to merging the player base that the negatives are easily outweighed by the positives. So most modern games, when given the opportunity, are going to end up being crossplay. This creates an impossible to solve problem of trying to make mouse and keyboard players equal to controller players. People on controller have a small 1-inch long analog stick to control their aim, while mouse and keyboard users use an entire desktop space to make the same movements, giving them an inherent advantage. And the main solution to compensate and try and equalize the two input devices so far has been to give console players a huge amount of auto aim or sticky aim assist, allowing them to snap their crosshairs onto targets with little to no additional input needed. And obviously it's not a perfect solution, and I don't really think a perfect solution exists. Console players complain that PC gets fast reaction time, while PC complains that console gets easy accuracy. And depending on the game you're playing and how intensely auto aim is being applied, the controller could have the advantage, and sometimes keyboard and mouse will have the advantage. And now that 343 is actually experimenting with auto aim on PC and potentially seeing good results, which for them might be more happy PC players and a better equalizing of the skill trees between PC and console, there's a strong possibility that they'll make an argument that PC auto aim actually improves player retention. 343 is collecting this data as we speak, and if that data shows that PC auto aim improves player retention, well, you better believe that the higher ups are going to say, well, this is the new normal for our game. We want more players and we want them to play for longer, and this change has proved to make a difference on that front. A similar judgment call was made with skill-based matchmaking systems in Call of Duty, where the developers working on the game actually didn't want to use the system, but the data showed overall improvements to player retention, and thus the system was forced on them from the top down. Call of Duty could easily be the next game to implement PC auto-aim functions. It's not even hard to imagine. There's currently so much infighting about controller auto-aim right now, and the huge advantage that it gives, the likelihood of them nerfing auto-aim on controller is almost zero, as it would massively upset the console player base. So if data indicates that more PC players will be happy with more auto-aim, then why not implement it? And again, this is looking at the situation from a business standpoint. Do you kind of see where I'm going with this? The player data will dictate their decisions as it has before, and if the data says that dumbing down your game will get you more players and make you more money, then they're going to go with the data. And if COD ends up doing it, then everybody's going to end up doing it, because investors put money into games that are like COD. It's how the industry's been working for the past 20-ish years. I could even see auto aim becoming sort of like an arms race between PC and console, where PC gets an aim boost one year and then the next year console, and then PC and then console, and in 5 to 10 years the games end up practically playing themselves, with a bunch of basic gamers thinking that they're kicking butt in an FPS game. And again, you might be thinking that this sounds sensational, but when I actually say all of this out loud, it almost sounds like an inevitability. I'd like to think that developers will stick to the principles of pure raw input skill, but as proven by the responses to this change made in Halo, this mentality is not universally shared by developers or even gamers. And as the free market has proven time and time again, effective business strategies will eradicate those who stick to their principles. If gamers end up preferring auto-aim in their PC titles, it'll become the new norm, as games that choose not to implement auto-aim will just become less and less popular until they're irrelevant. Now, I think you guys know where I stand on the subject matter. I think mouse and keyboard input is a sacred realm that shouldn't be tampered with. It's been a pure measure of skill since the early days of competitive FPS, and if it goes away, that skill ceiling just simply shrinks. But again, that's my idealism speaking, and I can easily see the market shifting and disregarding the foundation of what makes a good shooter. Where do you guys stand? I'd be curious to hear some counterpoints if you have them, and if you're looking for something different, check out this deep dive I did a while back on the skill-based matchmaking system and sort of the arguments for and against it. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is Level Cap, signing off.